G'day folks, we have got an absolute spanker of a comparison. Framing guns, this is going to be out of control. Dwayno, as usual with comparisons, is running the show.
Exactly. We have cracking brand new units out, like not even out as we speak, coming out next week.
Yep.
But they'll be out by the time this is reviewed. This is the new Gen 3 Dewalt framing nailer.
Yep.
That's the Milwaukee
brand spanker
M18 nailer. The Hikoki's been out for a year or two.
Yep.
The Paslode's been around since I was a baby. No, it's been out a while. The FrameMaster there.
Yep.
But it's been the kind of industry standard for a long time.
Yep.
We are going to get straight into the footage. Yep. Smash these out on LVLs, Hardwood Pine.
Yep.
75mm nails, 90mm nails, the works.
Yep.
See what they can do and come back and tell you what we think.
Strap in.
The Paslode on the side, like this, sinking them fine. Over the top, a little bit less consistent, but I did go a little bit too fast for it there. All right, so the Dewalt consistently leaves the top half of the D head up when firing from the side of the gun, whereas it does sink them down enough with a 75mm nail when we're firing from over the top of the gun. The Hikoki just smashes them in. Again, not as far when you're firing side on, but they're flush and beautifully deep when they're over the top. Milwaukee's the same. Punching pretty similar, I'd say, to the Hikoki. Milwaukee, Hikoki, Dewalt definitely the least sunk. Oh, actually, some of these Paslodes are proud.
Fives out, 90s in.
At Total Tools, we're the experts in tools for tradies. If you've got the job, we've got the tool. We won't be beaten on low prices. Total Tools, low prices on every tool, for every trade, guaranteed.
Load. Hardwood 75s ripper. The 90s really struggled and was probably 4 times as slow, I reckon. The 75s, I'm going to call 4-5mm below, and then when we go across to the 90s, you're still talking about 4mm below. Around the 4mm, so it looks like slightly shallower than the Hikoki, but really good on the 75s there. And then I sort of morphed accidentally into the 90s, but the 90s are almost the same. Probably a couple of mil underneath. And then that's the 75s, the 90s, 1/2 mil to 1 mil underneath. Quite consistent though.
consistent, eh? All these ones are just sitting all 3 or 4 mil below timber.
160 nails.
Hikoki nails, definitely driven deeper than the previous Dewalt. These are all sitting maybe 6 or 7 mil under, I reckon. Very consistent. Milwaukee's punching these a mile. Wow. I reckon these must be most of 10 mil in. 8 to 10 mil. Very consistent too. Very, very strong nail. Let's say the Paslode is not as consistent as those other guns in depth of drive. It was early on, but then as you went on it started to be less consistent. Quite a few only just flash.
Going in. Paslode 75s, 5-6 mil below on the 75s. On the 90s, you'll see there. So you'll notice here that they're about 3 mil below in the 75s, and on the 90s, just below flush, half a mil flush. Hikoki smashed the daylights out of it. I'm talking 6-7 mil below for every single one of those, and these are 90s, and they're about 4 mil below, 4, easily 4 mil. Milwaukee, that's even further in the hardwood than the Hikoki. So I'm talking 6 to 8 mil. I don't know if I can show it. The 90s, we're talking about 4 mil down.
Righto, guys, we are going to give you the scores now for these guns.
Yep.
And we're going to get straight through it because we've got a lot to get through.
Yes.
The categories are pure punching power,
Yep.
ergonomics, speed and consistency, usability, and noise.
Yep.
They are ranked either out of 10 or 5 depending on how important we think they are.
Yep.
First one is power. It's out of 10. And as you can see, these middle two here with the compressed gas are just killing it.
Absolute powerhouses. There's no denying it. There's no trickery here.
No.
Hardwood, LVLs, Pine, Skew, and all that sort of stuff. These, every single time we looked at any remote power test,
Yep.
absolutely spanked it.
90mm nails, straight through double hardwood studs. Wanted to drive it down to the bench as well.
Yep, yeah, we've actually damaged my bench, so yes.
Yeah.
They went through.
Right. Now the Dewalt and the Paslode are no slouches.
No.
But they're certainly not keeping up with these two.
No.
We've given them an 8. The Dewalt is actually only rated to 63mm in hardwood.
Yeah, that's underrated,
And
very
yet,
conservative.
we put 90mm nails down past flush.
Yep.
In double hardwood studs. And it's just killing it.
So on paper, that well and truly creams it. This one's a bit different though.
That one can't do 90mm down into hardwood.
No.
Not at all.
And they don't say that they can.
No.
But the chatter is that, get a Pazzy because you want to be able to go through hardwood and stuff. Well, you know what?
These are better for hardwood.
Yeah.
Now the Pazzi is actually not quite as powerful as the Dewalt for a straight nail.
Yep.
But it's a better skew nailer.
Which is odd, so we don't know if it's something to do with the nose piece, slight distances or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's an oddity.
Yeah, the Dewalt leaves them up a little bit high.
Yep.
Particularly on the side skew.
Yep.
If you get it up over its nose,
yep.
over the top, it's okay.
Yep.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
But
a little nuance.
Yeah, a little nuance. So they're kind of lacking in different ways. They both get an 8 for us.
Yep.
Next is ergonomics. We actually think this is really important.
Yeah.
So I scored it out of 10.
Yep. So ergonomics, basically we're going to talk, I think, which one was first? We had...
The Pazzi.
Pazzi, sorry.
Is a 10. Yep.
And that's a really light one. I can't remember the exact weight.
3.3 kilos.
3.3 kilos. Good with numbers, aren't I? Look, the Pazzi, bottom line is, it's the lightest gun.
Yep.
It is the smallest, it's the most compact, and it's got a ripping little grip. You can't beat that.
No.
Working above the head in gnarly spots,
Yep.
and over time,
Yeah.
that's an absolute winner.
The reason is because it has no big battery on it.
Yep.
It's sparking a hydrocarbon fuel.
Yep.
That's how you keep it.
Which is also light. The fuel cell's light.
Very light.
Yep.
And it's a very efficient weight to power kind of way to do things.
Correct.
The Dewalt is also very comfy. That's got an 8.5.
Yep.
It's very well weighted. It's got
Yeah.
a beautiful grip.
Dwayno actually noted it, and this is important. The way that the Dewalt for ergonomics, a lot of the weight is back over here because it's a flywheel setup.
Yep.
The weight seems to directly drop over your hand.
Yep.
These two, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. So the Dewalt's 800 grams heavier than the Paslode, which is why it can't get near that
Yep.
score.
Yep.
But these two are really front heavy. They've got these gas cylinders at the front of the units. We've opened up a Milwaukee before.
Yep. That's air, and that's a nitrogen captive cylinder.
Compressed.
Yep.
With little compressors in them, essentially.
Yeah.
And they're heavy and they're front heavy.
Yep.
And they're not much fun when you've got your arm out long or high
No.
or on weird angles. You
Yep.
feel them, and that is by far their biggest weakness.
It is. I agree. You feel the punch fairly harsh with these.
Yeah, they kick back a bit on you.
They do, but I also noted that when we're doing the laminating of the double studs, I actually felt as it was punching me, my finger, Dwayne didn't feel it,
No.
but my finger kept pushing back on the trigger and it was really uncomfortable. Funnily enough, this is my gun, but I don't normally laminate heavy, long-term stuff like that.
Right.
I'm small jobs.
Sure. Next up is usability.
Yep.
And this is a weird one where we've tried to capture all of the little intricacies and oddities about the guns.
Yep.
You know, about changing the nails and starting it up in the morning and the tip and the battery and that
Yep.
sort of thing.
Yep.
So these are the scores up you can see now. And basically they are the result of Mike and I debating them.
A lot.
All of these little nuances.
Yep.
And trying to land on a score. It's
Yep.
very subjective.
It is.
But this is what we got to.
But just to qualify that, we both have used these guns extensively.
Yeah.
That's your everyday. This is my everyday.
Yeah.
We've used this a crap ton since we got it.
Which is not long.
So not long, no. But then the Pazzi we both use a fair bit as well.
Yeah.
So we're going 13 hours now, just today, plus all the other gun testing and stuff we've done. So these things are important.
Yes, indeed. So, to start off with the Paslode,
Yep.
it's got a lovely spiked tip,
Yep. Really aggressive.
facing outwards, really useful for carpenters. It's got a great rafter hook
Yep.
that's been just perfect over the years.
I think it's the
never had
best
to
for
change
the
it.
years, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
It's got really nice, easy depth adjustment.
Yep.
Having said that, most of the time you're going to have it on max because it doesn't have the power that these do.
Drive it home.
However, it has an annoying battery
Yep.
and with 2 stages in it, it's hard to get out. Especially
Sometimes you click it in and you go to start, you got to give it an extra little whack to get it in.
or cold fingers in the morning trying to
Can't
pull it
get
out.
it out. Yep.
It's also got the highest service and maintenance kind of requirements.
Yeah, there's no getting around it, is there?
Regular servicing, you know, it's a little combustion engine in there almost.
Yep.
And you've got gas as well.
Yep.
In your fuel cells, that's going to struggle on the cold mornings. We all know that.
Stick it in your pocket when you get in your car.
Yep. And just in general, to get it going in the morning, you've got to have a good battery in. You've got to have the fuel cell in.
Yep.
Hopefully, you've maintained it. It's not as usable as and easy as some of the others.
I'm going to call them a bit finicky. That's the term I would use.
Sure.
A little bit finicky.
Good. Milwaukee, please.
Milwaukee. I personally love the instant shoot. I don't like the weight up, the ramp up, which we're going to talk about with the Dewalt.
Yep.
I love the instant shoot. I love the rear button, quick, easy. Hold it for a couple of seconds and it's on.
And it stays on for an hour.
Stays on for an hour. Which, when I get to this, bugbear.
Yep.
Stays on for an hour, doesn't annoy the crap out of me. The hooks, they are gold. You got a nail bag hook here. Guess what? They provide a second one on that side, and it's not outrageously big like some others. I think that is cool.
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
odd that a company will give you a second thing for free.
Brilliant.
So the slide system, so your magazine, I love throwing nails in, pull that, and you're done. I don't like it when you've got to pull them all the way to the back. That's a small thing for me.
Yeah.
The thing I'm stuffing around with in my hand, the Allen key that lives in the side, which is to pull your nose piece and bits and pieces off when you need to, that will fall out. It's fallen out on me many times in 4 days.
Yep.
You're going to lose that. Sorry, Milwaukee. That's bull. Whoever's buying one, you're going to lose your Allen key.
Indeed. Tell me about the Hikoki, which also has the same type of spring-loaded situation.
Same sort of
nails,
magazine, throw your nails in, pull it, you're done.
which the other outside two don't have. You
No,
gotta
they're
clip
different.
those down
Yep.
and then release it once the nails are in.
I know I'm a pain, but I'm so used to that these bug me.
Right.
Because I put the nails in, pull it, and it pulls my nails back out. Okay, so the rafter hook, not a big fan. It's too big to put on
Way
stuff.
too big. What were they thinking?
We did state this in an early review we've done, and it's too big to hold off your nail bag because it flops around like Aunt Mary. On-off button is a little bit awkward, especially for righties. I'm a lefty, and it's annoying. For righties, you've got to poke your finger in there or swap.
Yeah.
A little bit of an annoyance. And
Turns off after a small amount of time.
turns off too quick. I do like on both of these, just quickly, aggressive nose tips.
Yes.
I don't care if I did a bit of pine or a bit of hardwood. I want the nail to stick and go in.
Yep, agreed. Right, last one is the Dewalt. This is the one that's really different from the others.
Yep.
Except that I should say about the Paslode that it doesn't have bump fire.
Oh, that's true.
That's why it ranks so poorly in
Speed.
Yeah, in
Speed.
speed, which we're about to talk about next column.
Yeah.
No bump fire. This one shoots really fast in bump fire mode, but it has a ramp up when you're using it in more like a sequential fire.
Yeah.
So if you've got a piece dangling in the wind,
Yep.
like a star that you're trying to fit in or something, and you have to wait for the ramp up while you're pushing the nose in, it's frustrating to a lot of people.
Yeah. I find it really frustrating trying to skew anything with that.
That's right.
You're used to it.
I'm
It's
used
a
to it.
bugbear. It's a polarising thing.
Yeah, I'm used to it, but I don't like skewing.
Yep.
Having said that, it is a very easy, always on, ready to go tool. If the battery's in, pull the trigger and start working.
Yep.
No buttons to press,
No buttons, no
knockouts.
gas. Yep.
It's just super easy to use.
Yep.
The rafter hook's a bit junk. Don't like that
Yeah, you're
much
not
at
a
all.
fan of that, are you?
Nah, I don't like that. The jam release on the top, that's a nice
Yep.
feature and really easy to use. Not that I've really done it. And
It hasn't jammed.
the depth adjustment is very easy to use, and it's got 2 settings for power. So if you're doing heavy duty stuff or more light duty, 50mm nails, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And how many times have you used Speed 1?
Let's not talk about it.
Okay. Moving on.
Next category is speed and consistency,
Yep.
which you'll see the Milwaukee winning. Super fast.
It is super fast. You
And
can't get
consistent.
around it.
Yeah.
It is outrageously quick on bump mode.
Yep.
And just keeps cracking.
But it's not far ahead of the Dewalt, which is also very fast.
It is.
Which is not far ahead of the Hikoki, which is still very fast.
Correct. Yep.
And they're very consistent, all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Depth of drive,
Yep.
speed, they're consistent guns, far more than the Paslode.
Yes. I'm guessing there's a reason why they don't have bump fire on it. It's because
Yeah.
it struggles to keep up.
It couldn't do it.
Peanuts want to laminate stuff.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's not that fast, and also it is not very consistent compared to these guns.
No, it's not, and you can't get around it.
No. Next and last is noise, which
Yep.
we wanted to do completely separately, scored, because people are sending themselves deaf with nail guns
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, if honestly, I don't say it lightly, if you use a Paslode on a daily basis and you don't use earmuffs, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, they're so loud.
They just released the radio, and I hope that thing's damn loud because most of their customers are deaf.
It's got about 8 subbies on it. I actually shot this off a couple of times when he wasn't ready.
Not like it.
He was not happy with
Not
me.
happy.
Scared the crap out of his ears.
If you fire right next to your ear, and a lot of our consumers will know this, because viewers, because they already use this.
Yep.
Oh, you're in for a bad
Yeah.
time.
Now, we did a quick decibel test on these with my junky iPhone.
Yeah.
It showed up a bit of disparity,
Not much.
but you don't have to be an idiot. You shoot half a dozen with that and then go down the line. Huge difference, I think.
The Dewalt is much, much quieter.
Yep.
It's the only one that I feel comfortable going, you know what, I'm only shooting off half a clip of nails.
Yep.
I won't worry about the earmuffs.
Yep.
It's actually quite tame.
It is. I always wear my earmuffs with that, and I
Oh,
certainly would with that since I've
absolutely.
got it. And that, I wouldn't be caught dead without them.
No, not even. I wouldn't do one shot.
No.
You got to put
It
them
hurts.
Well, no, it's not true. I've done lots of shots without my earmuffs, but I regretted it.
I was going to let that one slide.
I regretted it.
What?
So, anyway, noise is important, and you've got a clear winner, a middle pack, and a clear loser.
Yeah.
For that.
So if noise, just quickly, I don't know if you already touched it. If noise is massive to you, Dwayno's giving you a good graph and table here.
Yeah.
Double that number.
Yeah.
If it's really important to you, double that to a 10, and you might find when we get to it, there's a different winner.
Exactly. Or if you don't care about it, delete the thing.
Yep.
Make it.
Don't do noise. Who cares?
Make it out of 30 instead. It's easy. We've given you the data.
Yep.
So that our total score is out of 35.
Yep.
And you can see that the winner by a small margin is the new Milwaukee.
A slide forward.
Ooh.
It's on the podium. It is only a small margin.
Yep, 29.5.
And that's fair to say that is a cracking gun.
Yep.
That's a cracking gun. And this, it can't be understated that there are a lot of them on the market and people love them.
Indeed, indeed. And everybody who loves them also hates them a little bit.
It's true.
And that's we think, as we hear reviews,
Yep.
that people are very harsh with nailers. They're a super important tool,
Yep.
and as soon as they give you a trouble, and there's a lot of working parts in them,
You want to launch it off the roof.
they're just a hated tool that you need.
Yep.
If you don't like to deal with the fact that these aren't as reliable as air guns,
Yep.
go back to air.
Yes, don't get one.
But they serve a great purpose.
Yep.
I don't know many carpenters who don't have a cordless gun.
Yeah, no, true.
Even if when they're stick building, they use an air gun for a lot of stuff.
Yep.
And certainly if they're putting down a lot of bracing or
Yep.
that sort of thing.
Yep.
But this is getting more and more popular.
Yep.
Everybody's going toward them.
Yep.
And now's a good time to touch about price.
Yes.
We've got them up on the screen for you as well. The really standout one here is Dewalt have just put this new Gen 3 out with $529 price tag with a battery and a charger.
If you look at these prices straight up, you honestly swear that's a misprint compared to here. That is so keenly priced.
So keen. I don't know how they are managing that or how long it's going to last for.
Don't know.
But this is Australian pricing.
Yep.
At the time, right now. These two are still pre-orders right now.
Yeah.
It might be different by the time we even put the video
There's
out.
only a couple of people in Australia right now as we're filming that have these in their hands.
Exactly. So, other than that, you've got prices from like $880-ish up to $1,000.
Yep.
But they're not apples for apples. That DeWalt kit's only got one battery. You might want to pick up a second.
Yep.
If you're not already on DeWalt.
You're still going to be under.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The Milwaukee, they've shafted us a little bit. We've tested that with a 5 today, because that's what we had, and also because...
Pretty much the same weight you were saying as the 3
It's
anyway.
pretty much the same as a 3 anyway, but they give us 3 amp hour batteries in that kit.
Yeah.
Not slim ones, old style, like 8-year-old...
Standard 3s.
Standard 3s.
I think it's to keep to the price point of $9.99 and below.
Agreed.
I don't disagree with your thing. I think that could have been done different because not many people today are going out who've got Milwaukee in Australia going, "Well, you throw us some 3 amp hours."
Yeah.
It's disappointing, but I don't know. I don't know what to say because I'd be a bit ticked off.
Me too. Might be worth buying the skin and then maybe buying a drill kit or something.
Yep.
Or some other way.
Get that, hook a couple to your apprentice. Maybe you don't care, and that's okay. But we're here for an opinion. That's where we sit.
Absolutely. Now, while we're talking about cost, it would be very remiss of us not to mention the gas versus gasless cost thing that's going on here.
Yeah.
So even though Paslode has sort of come last in the scoring and is already our less favoured gun,
Yep.
it also costs a lot more to run. Not only in terms of maintenance and servicing, but also
Just in the nails.
just in the gas with the nails.
So just in the nails in Australia, you're going to pay almost, I think, $80
Yeah.
for a box of 3,000 with 3 canisters.
Yeah.
Something like this, you're going to pay you $25 to $30 for a box. You're saving $50, $55 a box when you go in here. Now, for a framer, 2 to 3 boxes for a house, depending if it's a stick build or prefab. But you think of how many houses some of these guys might do in a year. Guess what? You just got yourself a free gun every year.
Yeah.
Yes, you could charge it to the client. Oh, I don't care, I just charge it to the client anyway. Why not charge it to the client, go this way, and put some money into your boat? I don't know.
Or you keep charging normal nail costs.
Yep.
But pocket that $55 every box.
Yeah.
And you've just paid off one of these in half a year, one of those in a year.
Yep. So that's definitely an expense there that you're going to have. These are classified as lifetime service free.
Yep.
But but there's no serviceable parts. That
Yep. This has got a spring inside. I can't remember what spring's called. It's about a $70 kit.
Yep.
That you can do yourself.
Yep.
There's instructions and everything. Dewalt reckon you need to change it between 20 and 30,000 nails.
Yep.
I don't know if that's
8 to 10 boxes.
a bit conservative.
I'm telling you now, I don't know anyone out there that will have done it and gone, oh, hang on,
Yeah.
done 10 boxes, better change it.
But anyway, you are going to have to change the spring on that every now and then. You can do it yourself.
Yep.
It does take away, obviously, from that lifetime cost saving that you've made.
Yep.
But, yeah, like we say, they're all going to have some issues every now and then.
Yeah.
Nailers get treated poorly.
They do, they get abused.
And they are asked a lot of.
Yep.
A lot of, many thousands of nails every year for a carpenter. So that's another thing to think about as well.
Yeah.
Right, so I think that concludes most of what we wanted to talk about.
I think so.
We really want you to head down in the comments
Yep.
and tell us what guns you like the best.
Yep.
How you would score it, how you would weight them. Yeah. Tell us what you disagree with. We'd love to hear it.
Absolutely, because you might be on all Hikoki. You're looking at this going, wow, that one. You might be on Hikoki. If dollars are close and you're pretty happy with what we've said, and you agree with what we've said, then guess what? That might not be number one for you. This just sneaks in.
Yeah.
That's cool. We just think that is bang for your buck at the moment, considering power, speed, all the rest of it. And I personally am a little bit stunned that took it. And he's so fast and punches so hard.
It's incredible gun.
Yep.
Some people, it might be worth thinking about it like this. If you're a framer of new houses and you are 99% working in pine, then you might be looking at these guns going, I can save a kilo of weight off my hands by sticking to these guns. Maybe they are the better gun because that power just doesn't matter as much.
Sure.
Maybe if you are doing a lot of renovations, having to work with OB, or you're putting a lot of LVLs and hardwood into your new builds, and you go, I actually really appreciate the punching power of these big bastards. So you want to go that way. That's another way to think about it.
Fair cool. The only last thing I'll add to that, if you're a very infrequent user, but you really want one, a Sparky to put fan nogs in, or plumber to do a few nogs, you do not want to be going, oh, I've got a job. Oh, is the gas going to be right or not? You might not have used it for a month or two. You're probably going to lean here. Anyway, please let us know. Dwayno is the one that's on YouTube answering more because he gives the proper answers, unlike me. You'll see me on Instagram doing the fairy floss.
Which we need you to go there and follow that account immediately. If you don't have an Instagram account, create one. Mike is getting a complex that he doesn't have 10,000 followers on Instagram. I want 10,000
on Instagram. The reason being, I can hit a link on Instagram up to any of our videos. Instagram won't let us do a tour on 10,000. And I'm also really active on Insta every day.
Also, hit us up on Facebook if you like that. And thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys next time.
Thanks so much.
Bye.